Did goons infiltrate the peaceful protests by the Kenyan Gen Z protesters against the Finance Bill 2024 in order to seed mayhem, looting, and incite the police to resort to violence against the protesters? This is the question many are asking. Allegations have been made that paid goons were involved in looting and inciting violence at the recent Gen Z protests. Sources speculate that some politicians might be behind the looting and provocation of violence during the nationwide protests that turned violent. They claim busloads of people were brought in from various areas, possibly to counter the youth protests and trigger a response from security forces. Rumors abound concerning a politician who may have funded the transportation of armed individuals to different parts of the city. These individuals were allegedly paid to join street boys in looting shops and throwing rocks at the police. Goons armed with crude tools, like grinders and hacksaws, wreaked havoc on Nairobi's downtown shops. Supermarkets, hardware stores, and electronics stores were all targeted, with millions of shillings worth of goods stolen. On Tuesday evening, Chonda Building on Ronald Engala Road reportedly suffered vandalism and was subsequently set on fire. Additionally, RNG Plaza, located at the end of the same street, was allegedly broken into, with electronics stolen from the premises. Looters are also reported to have breached Uganda House on Kenyatta Avenue and absconded with merchandise of undetermined value before setting the building ablaze. Anti-government protests are reportedly being fueled by hired goons, with authorities investigating 6 politicians allegedly involved. 3 are from Nairobi, 2 from central Kenya, and 1 from the Rift Valley region. Adding to the probe into anti-government protests, authorities are now investigating a businessman from the Rift Valley and 2 NGOs, 1 domestic and 1 international, based on intelligence reports. Authorities suspect the politicians, NGOs, and businessmen of mobilizing slum youths, offering them cash to incite violence during anti-government protests. The plan allegedly involved infiltrating peaceful demonstrations and turning them violent. Kenyan authorities claim to have arrested over 270 individuals who infiltrated peaceful protests to engage in criminal activity. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, stated that security forces targeted those suspected of hiding criminal actions behind the protests.
In today's world, it's common to see rich people showing off their wealth without seeming to care about the message it sends. For them, flaunting their money has become a way to brag about their success and get noticed. They indulge in extravagant displays of luxury, showcasing luxurious lifestyles through high-end fashion, luxury vehicles, lavish properties, and exclusive experiences. The act of showing off their wealth appears to be disconnected from its true value, as if it holds little meaning beyond a mere symbol of their success. In Kenya, this love of showing off wealth is especially common among the newly rich and politicians, who seem oblivious to the struggles of ordinary people. Social media is filled with them flaunting their expensive stuff and vacations, while their followers battle the rising cost of living that makes basic necessities like food, medicine, and utilities a luxury. There is a quote attributed to former USA President Harry Truman: "Show me a man that gets rich by being a politician, and I will show you a crook." There's a perception by the public that politics is a way for unscrupulous politicians to quickly accumulate wealth. Despite government salaries, politicians often acquire significant wealth. Several factors contribute to this phenomenon. Corruption thrives in many countries, with politicians lining their pockets through bribery, embezzlement, and kickbacks. The lines blur when politicians use their political influence to pursue lucrative ventures, like investments or deals. Political influence can lead to conflicts of interest, where politicians prioritize their own financial well-being by influencing policies and decisions for personal advantage. Weak regulations, poor oversight, and a lack of transparency create a breeding ground for politicians to abuse their positions for personal enrichment without repercussions. Additionally, some political positions come with substantial perks that can significantly increase wealth.